excited because I'm on my way to Texas right now. And so God is telling me to move. And as you can see right here, I have all my stuff. And I'm heading back to El Paso. From there, I'm going to go to Israel. I'm really excited. I'm going to see the Holy Land. This is something that God had already told me that in the future this happened. I believe this happened in 2018. If it wasn't in 2019, I can't remember which one, because time just happens really fast for me, and I just can't remember exactly the year. But he did tell me that I was going to go to Jerusalem, and he told me also that I was going to live in a castle, and that's where I was living back in Colorado, in Castle Rock. The city is called Castle Rock. Rock is the foundation of Jesus Christ, and it's just crazy that he put me, even the name is like Castle Rock, and Happy Canyon was where I lived. Happy Canyon. It's just amazing, like everything that, like, they're all signs, okay? Even the names, even where he places me, is like they already have a name and it signifies something. Biblical terms, I'm pretty sure you know what rock means. He says he's a rock for us. So God was in that place. That was my promised land place, and I'm gonna be showing you guys the mural that I did for that castle, for the pool area. So I'm really excited actually, because God is telling me that to move, and then another thing is like my passport. I didn't do it on time. God was already like pushing it for me to go and do the passport like a week ago, and I was delaying it, and I hope that doesn't make the passport delay even more. I did that yesterday, but yesterday was Thursday. Today's Friday. I did a 1-2 delivery, and then I did an overnight delivery as well, but I'm not sure if it's going to, so it's not going to get there until Saturday. My plane for Israel leaves on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, and I'm just really like worried, because I don't know if my passport's gonna get on time. I put the passport to land over there in Texas, in El Paso, so I really hope that everything works out. I'm asking for a miracle right now. And this is what happens, guys. Take it as an example. This is what happens when you're not obedient. So when God is saying, like, not just things like stop smoking, stop drinking, but things like go get your passport, go do this, go do that, go do it in that instant. Because he knows why he's telling you this, because you're gonna need it. And if you're delayed, and if you delay that, and if you're feeling it in your spirit, if you feel it in your spirit to go get your passport, or to whatever, small details, he knows why. Because then those small details that you think, oh, I can just do it tomorrow, I can just do it tomorrow, and then it becomes like a huge problem now if it was my fault. Okay, I'm asking for a miracle right now. Hopefully God makes it like happen quick. I don't know if that's gonna be able to happen if my passport's gonna arrive on Tuesday. I don't know, but it was my fault, because God had already told me a week ago, go get your passport. Actually, he's been telling me for months. Okay, I'm the type of person, I'm a big procrastinator, and I'm the type of person who does everything last minute. I actually just finished the mural right now, and I'm moving back to El Paso today. So I finished the mural just right now. I'm coming from there, and I should have finished that a long time ago too. So yes, guys, take it as an example. Learn from me. Don't do that. When God is telling you to do something, do it in that moment because He knows better. He knows why. And now I'm gonna have to wait probably. If God is, I mean, I'm sure God is able to do everything, but humans also have to work with God. Obey God. When God is telling you to do something, do it. Now I'm probably gonna have to change my flight. I'm gonna have to spend extra money, like $200 to change my flight. So yeah. But on a good note, I'm excited because I'm leaving. My family doesn't even know I'm going back to El Paso. My family lives in El Paso, and they don't know anything. Right now, they don't know that I'm going to Israel. Nobody knows. I'm not going to tell anybody. So this is just me and God. And this is actually a dream that I had since I was very young, like 3 years old. Since I can remember, I always wanted to go to Bethlehem. And the reason why is because like I was always, when I was younger, when I was very young, I used to always carry the star, you know, because we would do like posadas, that's what they're called in Spanish. In Christmas, during Christmas time, you go and like you play, and I used to be in a mariachi as well. So we would go and play and just gather the entire community in the church, and we would go and ask for a place to stay, just like Mary and Joseph. When they had Jesus Christ, right? So and then finally some people were able to get finally people were able to get I'm sorry, I'm thinking about a lot of stuff right now. Finally these people were able to open up their house, but they had a farm, or it was like a place where they had a bunch of animals, and that's where Jesus was born. So that's what we would do when I was very young, and I was always the one carrying the star. So we would carry the star. Sometimes I was Mary, but for the most part I was like an angel carrying the star, like I was part of the whole little scene, like the whole theater type of thing that we would do in my church. So since I was very young, I always thought like the very first star that comes up during the morning, like at 7, 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning, that star, I would always, when I was going to elementary school, I would always look at the star, and I always thought that star was the Star of Bethlehem. And I would always say, I'm gonna follow that star when I'm old enough and I'm able to do whatever I want. I'm gonna follow that star that leads me to Bethlehem. This is something I would think constantly, guys. Constantly. The crazy thing is that I've been seeing videos that there's a new star in the sky, that it's the Star of Bethlehem. So this star is now appearing again, and this is when I'm going to, I want to cry, I don't even want to cry. This is the time that I'm going to Bethlehem. So I'm really excited. I'm sorry, I don't like crying in camera. I don't even like crying in front of people. But yeah, so I'm excited also because I'm gonna give you just a really quick story behind this. Is that when I met who I think is my kingdom spouse, I went through a very dark phase. He he has a nickname. His nickname is Venus. I didn't know that the star that I was so in love with, because that was my first love, that star, that specific star, the star, I think you guys know what I'm talking about. That star was my favorite star since I was very young, very little. And even when people would look at the moon when it was like huge, I was always like very enamored by the stars. So it wasn't until I met him that I realized that star was Venus. And I felt like metaphorically I had always been in love with him, because I was always in love with that star, and his nickname is Venus. Not only that, I always thought that star was the one who was going to lead me to Bethlehem, to Jesus Christ. So I was religious back before I met this Venus, before I met him. And when I met him, I went through like a dark phase, and every child of God is gonna go through a dark phase. Every true child of God is gonna go through like an awakening process. So it's kind of like the cocoon. You're a worm, and then you go into a cocoon, and then you become a butterfly. It's that metamorphosis effect that we go through. So it was kind of crazy, because it wasn't until I met him that I had an encounter with Jesus Christ. I went into a very spiritual type of journey after I met him, because before that I was religious. I wasn't spiritual because I was born in a Lutheran church. I was born in a Lutheran church, actually. I was raised in a church, inside a church. Yes, I was born and raised in a church. And yeah, my story is interesting. So it wasn't until I met Venus, this guy, that I had an encounter with God. So Venus led me to Jesus Christ. This is why I'm like I'm still in love with this person. I don't know. I'm still I trust what I feel, right? But I know that it says that in the Bible that the heart can be deceitful. So I still believe that he's my kingdom spouse. But sometimes I doubt it. Sometimes I don't know. So anyway, yes guys, I am going to, my childhood dreams are becoming a reality. I used to always dream that I lived in a castle and that I was a princess and all this. This happened. This is physical things that happened, an actual thing that happened in the physical realm. So I'm excited. I'm actually really excited, because anyway, so yes guys, I'm gonna be showing you the mural and everything, so stay in touch, stay tuned. Have a nice day, have a good day, have a blessed day. May God bless you all. If you need any prayers or anything, just comment down below.